And we should be getting started momentarily. As you can see, Days Cloud's clock ticking down here. But yes, the idea with Retrance is it's cross keys only retro. So take any keys, take any caves, generic small keys, Boots and Link's house. That's always a nice way to start. So let's see, Useless Fairy is the well. That's the nice thing to find early. No bombs, though, to actually do the whole thing. And looks like Days is going to set up a Houlihan here while he's in the neighborhood. Oh, we got a full magic drop on Wall Kick's side. So yes, money is very important in this mode because we will be buying keys. We will need money to shoot arrows out of the bow once we get a bow. We'll also need to buy arrows.
We need to buy the quiver, right?
Oh, there you are. Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening there. I apologize, but I think I'm back now.
And with the early boots, that also gives us Hype Cave, but again, still no bombs for either runner, so we've now seen both of them have to skip the back of the well and the back of Hype. I don't think we've seen Uncle Tunnel yet. Oh, it's Lumberjack and just a map. Okay.
Yeah, map's not doing us many favors in this mode, right?
I mean, we still need to know Pendant from Crystal. Though, I mean, it's the same as in cross keys in general. You know, usually you just wind up beating the dungeons until you have 7 crystals. And there's the red meringue sitting on Lake Hylia Island. Probably not going for that. Oh yeah, and we still don't have bombs, so even though Wallkick just found a Gina, he can't get that item. Welcome to our Raiders from Speed Gaming 2. So yeah, where the heck do you think we'll find some bombs?
If it's me, and I don't play a lot of Entrance Shuffle, in fact I play basically none of it, but if it's me, I would look to overworld locations where they're more consistent, maybe the bonkable rocks next to the fortune teller.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get there soon enough. Oh, and we find our first bottle complete with blue goo here in back of Skull Woods. Of course, we don't have a fire source, so we can't get to Moth.
I don't know that I would want to tackle Moth with 3 hearts, green mail, and fighter sword either.
Yes, but these are like top-tier runners. They're supposed to be highly skilled at that.
They are.
They're supposed to play the entire game on 3 hearts, green mail, fighter sword.
I don't know if anyone's clamoring for that mode, but maybe we can have an extra difficult tournament mode.
I can't even recognize some of these weird entrances. Like, what the heck did Days Cloud just go into other than it's useless?
I think that was a Death Mountain cave. But yeah, good point. Oh, the back of a fairy cave.
And there's Ganon in the Lost Woods. So that'll be easy enough to get back to when the time comes. I didn't actually catch what was that lumberjack, though.
I didn't see either, but Days Cloud pulling that bomb from that bonkable rock, as I was thinking, so yay.
And wall kicks only seconds later.
Those early boots really help with that.
Well, it might be a bit before we do Spike Cave.
Oof, yeah.
But yeah, it's like, at what point do you go back to Hype Cave? Because that's 4 easy checks that you know exactly where they are. As we find Paradox Cave here, so probably use your 1 bomb for these 2 checks.
Yeah, and I suppose this shop here can be shuffled too, right?
Oh, they got 2 bombs. Well, the items can be shuffled, so the quiver is for sale, and so is a key. Right. And so our runners will buy everything in the store.
Why not?
Good thing the shopkeeper immediately resupplies as soon as you leave. I don't think Dazed actually got those 2 chests, did he?
No, Dazed didn't, and, you know, I'm not sure if that's unintentional, I don't know why, but...
I think he just forgot. Fortunately for him, there's nothing of use in there, unless he really wants a plastic shield. Hey, we got a heart container. That's about the most we got out of there. Oh, and chat's telling us that Lumberjack was useless fairy, which is kind of nice because it means we don't need to beat Aga 1 for anything.
Yeah, I'd count that as a win. Oh, interesting, Uncle Tunnel. Okay.
Not that there's great stuff in here. And then notice, now that we've found Ganon, Wallkicks just did a blind drop-in because he's not worried about accidentally dropping it again.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. That's quite funny.
Hey, and $100 gets us half magic today. That's a pretty good deal.
I'd love to see it. The bomb resupply hut moving north a couple houses.
Yeah, I didn't make it very far today. And there's another shop there. And Dave's deciding maybe he does want a key while he's here.
You can never have too many keys. Well, actually, you probably can, but not yet.
I mean, if you suddenly find Pod, it's not exactly a bad thing if you have all these keys.
That's very true.
Ooh, Thieves' Hideout at Magic Bat. Don't think we're coming back for that compass. Wallkicks finds the bomb shop, and we discover Hera and Eastern are 5-6. Now we just need to find out where Hera and Eastern are.
It's good information, yeah.
And there's our first big key of the game, and it's for GT.
It's the backside of desert there.
Without a big key and a fire source, that does nothing for us. And funny how the runners had somewhat different starts, and now they've just completely converged and are doing all the same stuff.
Yeah, you would think with an entrance shuffle, there would be more reasons to kind of veer off the path, but Kakariko, of course, is pretty dense, so...
Yeah, it's a popular early play just because so many entrances.
We got the Wishing Well fairy here.
And Dazed goes back and forth about whether he wants that capacity upgrade, deciding against eventually. Of course, there's no arrow capacity upgrade sitting there because we have a rupee bow.
The capacity is your rupees.
So we can check race game, but can't get there unless we can find the connector, get to Dark World, and have a mirror. That was way too quick for me to see it, though.
Yeah, I did not catch that.
But we do have the front of Thieves Town here. TR Big's a nice find.
Seem to be receiving the big keys in reverse order.
Yes, if they find the Meyer Big next, I'm gonna start to wonder. Dazed up to 5 small keys now.
Yeah, Day's collecting those small keys like they're going out of style.
And nearly simultaneous death warps here because, hey, we don't have the big key, so we've gone as far as we can.
Yeah, Beat's walking back around.
Maybe Dazed will give us a better look at race game.
Yeah, Days, could we have 2 pixels instead of 1 pixel, please? Ooh, the whole thing, alright.
Okay, coming back for that, that's for sure. So, what's in Smith's house? I thought we'd been... Oh, it's a connector, and that's why we weren't here before. Guess we're both doing connectors now.
Yeah, we should get the Super Bunny items, though, right?
Yeah, I would not know how to traverse Super Bunny Cave this way. It is not an approach you usually see.
Yeah, really those bomb jumps are the trickiest part, I think. Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah! Nice to have a quick path to Light World Shopping Mall. Ooh, we find Graveyard Ledge inside.
You know,
Oh, come on, Wally. That was 2 arrows you could have grabbed.
Seriously, I would have taken that. Or 1/5 of the key.
Or 2/5 of a silver. Okay, so now we're finally getting to look at the back of Hype Cave. And we get a Quake Medallion and not much else. As I recall, we also had the back of Cackwell and Aegina to check as locations we found before we had any bombs. There's our third shop.
Yeah, really, no shortage of capitalistic opportunities here.
Yeah, though it's kind of interesting that we keep seeing the shops, but we haven't seen any take any caves yet.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to one of those. Oh, here's Aghanos.
Oh, well, since we know we don't need to beat him, I say just grab the 2 items in here and get out.
Well, that can confirm that we're going to look at Moldorm and Tower Farah.
Yes, incredibly useful to know that the bosses are in fact vanilla, that we didn't give them some seed they weren't expecting, right? Oh, wow! That was interesting. Cane of Samaria in the dark in the second chest of Aga Tower.
Yeah, that's quite the find. I mean, it's out of logic, but always a big thing to find.
And Dazed will now give us the look at the back of Capwell. Second bottle.
With a bee, could be a good bee. I get excited for bees.
And here's Hookshot Cave, which is both a connector and 1 item in logic. Flippers! Wow.
Yeah, that's one of those times that bonk actually pays off. I don't know, that's such a difficult bonk.
Now, the thing about Retrance is, given how money-heavy it is, Zora is a very expensive check, so you don't necessarily want to run over there now that you have flippers.
That'll help with the money problem.
Yeah, but a lot of runners will even try to save Scum Zora if they can.
Helps if you have a real console and you can just hit that big purple reset button.
That Pokey is really giving Daze some trouble.
Not a lot of room for error here.
Oh, there's the back of Bumper Cave, which is always interesting because in that direction you can go through with a hook shot. As Daze does find the powder in Lava Chest. Now, if Wall Kicks goes into TR, he'll be very well situated since he has the cane. Wally, you might want a Master Sword?
Yeah.
But yes, that's our first Take Any key of the race. Take Any cave, rather. Wall Kicks realizing, oh yeah, I have the TR big key, and that works out well. It'll be interesting logically because that cane is lamp locked.
Yeah, it's not something that book therefore can't have shown up until after the lamp, which is interesting. I don't know.
The book could theoretically be accessible through the hookshot, but yes, we'd need either the lamp or the hookshot to put that book in logic. But Wall Kicks is going all the way to Laser Bridge before he starts traversing the dungeon backwards.
Now, does the back door here count as a connector?
Yep.
All right. And the shovel.
Yeah, TR is really the home of the fetch quest items today.
Well, that's a cute trick. I'm going to use that next time I'm in TR.
Speaking of, now it'll be interesting as we get a tempered sword and a glove. I was going to say it would be interesting if Wallkicks takes the exit and we know where it comes out, so we know whether Laser Bridge is even in logic, because the glove's kind of big.
I suppose Wallkicks...
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just thinking that it looks like Wallkicks is deciding to not run through that gauntlet of TR again. And so, sad we won't have that information for a while.
So he won't be getting his powder. Daze finds a Take Any Cave and opts for Blue Goo. Important to remember in retro mode that those heart containers are in addition to all the regular heart containers. So there are actually, I think, a total of 24 heart containers available, 4 extra. So if you turn them down, you're not really missing out. And accordingly, it's very common for runners to finish a Retrance seed with like 18 or 19 hearts.
Is this our first look at Zelda's cell? I think it is.
Yeah. I don't think Daze has even found the castle yet.
Well, Daze found one part of the castle.
Well, I mean, if he also does this in the dark, he will get his Cane of Samaria, and that's kind of a big deal. I was just thinking, Sanctuary's vanilla, isn't it?
It is. I was wondering if that was forced, because I know that Link's house is forced, and the back of Tavern's forced.
Yeah, Sanctuary is not forced. It's a 1 in 8 chance, I believe.
Yeah, I think Daze started there, and I watched them come out, and I was like, oh, it's vanilla.
So, no point in Wallkicks going further than Dark Cross here, because he has the glove now. He can just use the vanilla drop down to do backup escape.
Yeah, true. Does Wallkicks know that Sanctuary is vanilla? Because I know Daze just started there.
Yeah, he went to Sank within like 5 minutes.
I missed that. Did I?
That's how he got around to Kakariko when they wound up there at the same time. I don't think Wallkicks has opened or has... No, he's doing a Death Warp, but I totally missed what was in Dark Cross then. I don't think it was anything useful. Our tracker Akuhaish says just some rupees.
See what Hookshot Cave connects to. Oh. And an ice rod on Desert Ledge, looks like.
Interesting. Of course, we don't yet know whether TR is a crystal or a pendant.
Yeah, what was our map for?
We got a
one, right?
Thieves map at some point? Oh, so that's where Laser Bridge takes us. Interesting. No, that was the main entrance to TR, excuse me. And Dazed has now found his way to Death Mountain and Hotel Mario!
Hotel Mario? I have never heard that name for it.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, you only see it in entrance modes. But yeah, it's just a meme. Everyone gets excited when we find Hotel Mario in an entrance shuffle.
I think that guy's place is listed as Grassman in the hints because of the overgrown bushes.
Oh yeah, the vanilla location. So Wallkicks finds an eastern map, which does absolutely 0 for us because we already knew from the bomb vendor.
Yeah, it's too bad that the map doesn't actually show the location, but that would be too wild.
Days suddenly remembering that, oh yeah, I do have the cane and the big key. I can, open the big chest.
The exact same thing that Wallkicks did.
Yeah.
Muscle memory's a thing.
So I wonder if he'll actually go out the laser bridge exit to see where it is.
Yeah, my gosh, so many dark rooms.
Yeah, I never remember. People have tried to explain to me how you tell the different Death Mountain caves in the dark. I've never figured it out. Wallkicks has clearly figured it out.
Yeah, that looked like a couple bats that got killed, so this is clearly the middle part of Death Mountain? I don't know. Oh, no.
Yeah, Daze isn't even getting the chests. He's... Now that's unfortunate because now he's going to have to bunny revive to get the chests. But certainly a good place to go back to with the mirror. Actually was... That's like a French vanilla exit.
Yeah, that looks to be pretty much on Dark Mountain.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the big chest exit in vanilla. So now both runners have the shovel. Neither of them has done any digging yet. Don't you love how Old Man's there and we haven't even rescued him yet?
Yeah, that always trips me out. The few times I get to the cave before the old man's been rescued, and I always forget that he will be there. So, yeah, nice to heal up sometimes, even if you haven't made the trek in the mountain. Really what this mode is showing me is it's very important to know your dark rooms.
And they both find Chicken Hut at the same time after all that divergence.
Yeah, that is a bit wacky.
Of course, going to the same next... No? Oh yeah, Wallkicks was already here and didn't take the connector.
Yeah, it's sad to find the first front of race game and not the outside part of it because we got a big key.
Okay. New viewers. Retrance is cross keys only with a lot of things out of retro, like rupee bow and generic small keys, and take any caves. And you also start with a sword just because.
That's nice. Hey, indulge me for a second here. So we saw a little bit of this behavior, I think, with Dazed going into TR from Dark World. So if you enter a Dark World dungeon as a bunny, you stay as a bunny?
So if you enter a dungeon as a bunny and take a death and save and continue, it will revive you in Link form.
Right, okay, but if there's an entrance from the light world side, then you can just enter as non-bunny.
Right. And another thing to take note of is if enemies have light world and dark world forms, how much damage they do is based on whether you entered the dungeon from the light world or dark world. So this can particularly be a deal in the back of Escape in the sewers, where I believe it's the rats, their dark world equivalent are the crickets in Thieves Town. So if you enter Thieves Town from the light world, the crickets only do rat damage. If you enter Escape from the dark world, the rats do cricket damage.
Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I've seen many a good runner take a death in there for that reason.
And if you die and you become Link again, does it revert to the damage, or it keeps it? Like, depending on where you entered from originally.
It's still wherever you last entered from.
Wow.
So, to answer chat, the Assured Sword is not from, not the equivalent of a retro take any cave, because we got the It's Dangerous to Go Alone take this cave, and that was the Master Sword. So, two items that we would really like to see now are the Mirror and the Moon Pearl. And some more big keys wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the flute being a nice thing to pick up too.
Yeah, flute's more convenient. Moon Pearl and Mirror actually give us a lot of stuff. I mean, well, it can also depend. Flute might be our only way to get to Meyer, but we still don't have bits for that, if so.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that we could just have connectors to Meyer.
Yeah, and I've seen plenty of seeds where there are connectors to Meyer, and plenty of seeds where there aren't connectors to Meyer.
All Kicks discovering a shop in the waterfall. That's gonna be that shop's gonna have a hard time turning a profit, I think.
Because flippers are hard to come by, so they don't get too many patrons.
Yeah, also, I don't know how many people want to, swallow a mouthful of water before they go into a shop.
I don't know, don't they have, like, floating markets in Thailand?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Okay, and there is the save scum on Wallkick side.
Interesting, because there was blue mail on Zoral Edge, so I guess Wallkicks doesn't care for it.
Well, I know a lot of good runners in a mode like this, where we haven't found the mirror yet, they want to preserve their ability to death warp, and blue mail makes that harder.
Right, okay. Yeah, Bunny not having a falling animation always makes me laugh.
Yeah, it just kind of freezes in place, and especially when it's Dazed doing it and we're using Wallkick's audio, then it really just looks like Dazed is frozen.
Now, Skullwood seems to almost always be in Skullwoods. Is that a thing that's not shuffled as well?
It can be shuffled among itself, but front and middle of Skullwoods have to be shuffled among themselves, just because of all the drop downs.
Right, okay.
But the back of Skull Woods, as we already saw, can be anywhere in the location that is Fire Rod locked, where the back of Skull Woods would be in vanilla, can also contain anything.
Chain chomps on 5 hearts and green mail. Very scary.
So, no Fire Rod, so all we can do up here is Compass Chest, but that will be a new check. And yeah, Death Warp, because what else?
Is Days going to Dark Cross? Yeah, from the back it looks like. Interesting that we've not found a fire source yet. We've gotten a lot of stuff that was technically some sort of, fire or lamp locked. Yep, so spending a key to find 5 rupees, not the most profitable deal.
No. And look at the key disparity between our two runners.
I think Days likes to be prepared.
Yeah. And hey, convergence as we both go to Hobo. I still can't get over how often they keep converging after doing completely different things.
It is odd, isn't it? And, well, Under the Bridge can't be shuffled, I would assume, even though it's kind of an entrance.
It's an overworld location, so
Okay.
no, it can't be shuffled.
Oh.
Hey!
So
that puts a lot of stuff in logic.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because we got the flippers from the bonkable chest, so I think that pretty much puts everything that we've seen in logic. Oh, and we can do all of Desert if we find Desert. Guess we know where the back is, but we don't have the big key.
So, we got 3 checks here in Hera. It'll be interesting to see if Waltix decides to take a coffee break. At this point, having just gotten the lamp, I probably would. Yep.
It's interesting to see Wallkick skip that map. I would have thought that would be maybe something to know.
Yeah, it might just be that, he figures he'll just beat dungeons as he's able to, and eventually he'll have 7 crystals.
Yeah, and we can't tell by music, right? So that's not a hint.
Right. Just like with non-entrance key sanity modes, the dungeon music is shuffled.
Well,
Meyer map. That's actually making me start to think, what dungeons have we not found yet? We haven't seen Eastern or Pod or the front of Desert or Ice or GT or Meyer. So about half the dungeons.
have we seen Swamp?
Yeah, we saw Swamp pretty early on. We haven't found the dam yet, though, so can't do anything there.
Right, so I assume in this mode, the dam, no matter where it is in the world, is not going to ever refill once you drain it?
Right. You just pull it once and it stays that way. And there's Daze Cloud's hard reset. And hey, we're gonna get our first boss of the game now that Walkix has a fire source. He can go to Mothula. It's out of logic because you're not intended to bomb jump in the back here.
Yeah, it's a clever trick.
Yeah, you just have to do it first and not get wall mastered.
It's that second part I have trouble with. Oh, that didn't feel fair. I feel like that spin attack got that Gibdo, just walked through it.
Oh, did Daze lose his lamp on the hard reset?
Oh, maybe.
So probably a lot of the dungeons that we haven't found yet are in the Dark World, and we're gonna have trouble getting there without the Moon Pearl. But Moth down. For the Mitts. So Mitts are logically behind Fire Rod, and that's a crystal.
Yeah, nice find, nice kill. Wow. Huh. There's tons of sequence breaks today. I'm happy to see it, though.
What does Mitts do for us in the Light World, though? I mean, I guess we can check King's Tomb. Now Wally's loading up on keys.
Yeah, we get a portal off the north side of Kakariko. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, right?
Yeah, but we can't go anywhere from that portal because you'd need either a sword or a hammer or something that would require the Moon Pearl to use to actually move past it, no?
Right. Yep.
So effectively, if you took that portal, you'd soft lock.
Well, so hold on a second. We can go through the back of Turtle Rock, off the backside of the East Death Mountain, take that portal. I think, right? Because we have a connector out there, I think.
Yeah, we could take the portal at the bottom of East Death Mountain. Oh. Is this our first look at Front of Desert? I don't think we've seen this before.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Huh. Moon Pearl problem solved.
And her runner's converging again.
And mirror. Okay. We just opened up the entire world.
I think they read your shopping list, Rossi.
That said, I am still intrigued by the Mitts being logically behind the Fire Rod. Because the Mitts do give us the ever-popular Smith chain.
Yeah, is Retrance... It's not a beatable only, is it?
No, it's all inventory.
My favorite.
There's another big key. Pod's a good one.
Definitely.
There's our first bow, even. So Wall Kick's, I guess, gonna check Hera Entrance and Ether Tablet. Maybe Spike Cave Entrance after that?
Yeah, we're seeing just now that the entrance to Turtle Rock is an Ether medallion. The one we don't have.
Of course. Though we'd need the hammer to use it anyway.
Yeah, good point. No inverted style jump up the tail.
And with 2 bottles already, I don't think either of our runners is going to get the one on TR. I mean on Spec Rock. See, we talk so much about TR, that's all I can think of.
They feel pretty interlinked.
And at 46 minutes in, we've rescued the old man.
I feel like Rescue the Old Man needs to be a mode.
Where the old man hands you the Triforce's, his item.
Yeah, sure, why not? Thank you, I have this rusty old triangle. You can have it.
I mean, there's nothing saying you couldn't make that as a mode.
I'm gonna do it. Okay, chess game is just effectively money. The old man have a name? I know there's Gary and...
Right, that's a joke on Gary Oldman.
Oh, okay.
It took me a while to figure that out.
That's awful, and I love it. Oh, okay, Spec Rock is a fortune teller. Well, obviously we're gonna use that.
Another take any, this time getting the heart because, well, we already have 2 blue potions.
Yeah, and the hearts are not in huge supply just yet, so I feel like it's a good move.
I've heard in the door branch they have some way so that you don't have to keep circling around and dropping down to check all the Death Mountain caves.
Oh, that's interesting. It's definitely a hassle. Same with having to save and quit if you don't have a mirror.
Yeah. Huh. Days poo-pooing the heart. Because 6 hearts green mail should be enough for anyone.
Yeah, sure. I'm impressed. That's all I can say. Yes, our tracker Akuhesh pointing out Days did not pick up the bow, so that could be significant.
Oh. Yeah, I hope he remembers to go back there at some point. The connector you really hate to see, Desert East.
Yeah. That's fun, the top of Bumper Ledge.
Yeah, but that can be useful with the mirror, as we now found Ice Palace, and we have Bombos to get in. As Daze takes a while to find his Bombos.
Yeah, still faster than a menu, I guess. Now, what is in Thieves Town? Oh, it's a shop. Once again, these shopkeeps setting up in places that are extremely difficult to get into.
And we can do all of Ice Palace except the big chest. We can even do Icebreaker with the Cane of Samaria. So I expect a full clear from Dazed here except for the big chest. Ooh, and
Yeah.
Thieves Big is pretty nice to find.
Definitely.
But then it's like, you do the back of Thieves without the hammer.
Well, hammer could be in here. Let's see.
Oh, right! Dazed can't finish Ice without the hammer.
Yeah, Cold Stare. Getting to Cold Stare will be a little tough.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking. That also means that Icebreaker chest is out of logic.
Yeah, but I feel like with Cane of Samaria, it should be in logic. This is the glitch that you learn because Ice Palace just sucks to do. Oh, Swagnet. Well, that opens up possibilities.
And Race Game is Desert Big, and we know where the back of Desert is, so we can go beat it now anytime.
And the Witch's Hut on the other side of the Race Game. Interesting.
Useful to remember if we find the mushroom. And Wallkick's Mirror Bonks.
Yeah, I guess we already have enough blue potions probably for the rest of time, so... Yeah, no Ice Palace big key either, so that's 3 checks that we can't get to, actually.
Yeah, and that's why Dazed is out of there. And here's Meyer. We do not have the big key.
Best, I think that Ice Palace kind of didn't provide anything because, since we had to go through the Icebreaker way.
Well, I mean, Ice Palace did provide Thieves Big.
And the bug net.
Of course. But it's an out-of-logic bug net, so how dare you use it?
I think bug net is just honorarily always in logic.
You know, in swordless mode, there's this pathological edge case where, like, Cape plus Burna plus half magic plus bug net put Agawan in logic.
Sorry. Cape plus Burna plus half magic plus bug net?
Yes, in a swordless siege.
What?
Cape to get through the barrier, Burna plus half magic to beat the kill rooms on the way up, and Bugnet to beat Agawan. And that was an interesting block to push for wall kicks.
Yeah, I think that was definitely nice. not know you had enough time to push those blocks in the bottom half.
Yeah, if you are really quick about it. I think that's what the game intends. Well, the game probably intends you to push all the blocks and then go back to the previous room and start lighting rooms.
Yeah. That feels like the safe way to do it. Oh, we get to check this little shop here. What's the name of this place? I don't even know.
What, the Curiosity Shop?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. That's what the entrance is called.
How does it get that name?
I don't know. I mean, my take is that it's because it has an unusual item selection compared to every other shop in the game.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's actually how it got named.
Dark World Fortune Teller was vanilla.
Why not? What's also curious about the Curiosity Shop is until relatively recently, even in modes that didn't allow you to get more than a fighter shield, you could still buy the fire shield in the Curiosity Shop.
Oh.
They finally patched that out at some point not that long ago.
Did the logic consider that? That's an interesting tidbit.
I don't think there's anything the logic considers fire shield for.
That's a good point. Except for as a stepping stone to mirror shield.
Yeah, but if this was a mode where you weren't supposed to be able to get fire shield, you really couldn't get mirror shield.
If only.
I did not catch what was in Spec Rock Cave there. It was a map in Spec Rock Cave. And Daze will now get his desert big.
I really like this mode for at least the purpose of seeing a bunch of stuff that you don't normally see. Or at least going in the entrances you don't normally see. And maybe you'll see the rooms for half a second before the runners go. I mean, that's a useless room.
By the way, just to highlight a couple of things about these runners we're watching and how they play the game at a whole other level when it comes to entrance. Wallkicks won the first ever Retrance tournament, and I believe was runner-up in the last Crosskeys tournament. And Daze Cloud holds the record for fastest Crosskeys seed ever. He once did a Crosskeys seed in like 121.
Ooh. That's spicy.
Yeah. You should watch the VOD sometime. At like 45 minutes, he's just like, oh, I'm in go mode. So Wallkick's giving us our first look at Pod. I didn't actually see where the entrance was. Of course, we still don't have the hammer.
Yeah, Wallkick's not coming with quite the same army of keys Daze Cloud likes to go around with.
What, you don't keep 7 keys in your pocket at all times?
I mean, in real life, maybe.
Oh, that could be useful. As we find the hammer on Pendant Landmo.
And we were just talking about the hammer.
And since we know that Desert is a pendant now, we also know that the hammer is hard required. Hey, there's our other mail upgrade sitting there in pod. But I think Wall Kicks will probably get the hammer before Dazed Cloud gets the bow.
Yeah, it's very isolated, the way the Dazed Cloud left it, unfortunately.
Yeah. But now that he has the hammer, he can full clear the back of Thieves.
Maybe we'll see something fun on blind, like a hook shot or something.
And I would expect Daze to go back and finish Ice as well. But yeah, so I was going to say, the hammer is hard required, because with Desert being a pendant, at least one of Pod Swamp and Ice must be a crystal. Oh, and hey, speaking of crystals, we have nice little map annotations here showing us that Thieves and Pod are both crystals.
Yep, a nice C in the top left. Took me a long time to realize what that actually meant.
It's like the little D or the little P on coins. Apologies to non-Americans, but on American coins, they all have a little D or a little P on them to tell you whether they were minted in Denver or Philadelphia.
Oh, today I learned. I thought you were talking about the icon for keys, because as a kid I always saw that as a P. I still see it as a P.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, nothing too interesting out of Thieves Town yet, but maybe Blind is holding on to something good.
I mean, a crystal if nothing else.
Who needs those? I guess Ganon needs those, really.
Maybe we'll get the Fire Rod. Oh, hello, Hookshot. Guess that Desert Big Key is really something. It is directly locking the hammer and the Hookshot.
Blind just had a bit of money.
So all we really got out of that foray was a crystal, but it's Dazed's first crystal. At over an hour in. And Wall Kicks, meanwhile, is taking that hookshot immediately to Harapot. So we still need to find Eastern and its big key. We need to find the Meyer Big. And then I guess whether we need anything else really depends on whether TR is a crystal or a pendant.
I suppose we can eliminate one more after this, after Moldorm dies.
Well, we already know it's a
Oh, we
5/6.
knew that, yeah. Oh, of course I meant because we get the map.
So, yeah, of Swamp, Ice, and TR, 2 of them are pendants. Okay, TR. So, given the bomb jump for Skullwoods, we may not need the Fire Rod today.
Yeah, you cut out there a bit, but I think you were saying that TR is a pendant, right?
Yeah, TR is the red pendant, sorry. So I was saying we might not need any rods today.
Yeah, it's kind of leaning that way. I mean, we know where the ice rod is. We know we were supposed to have the fire rod. We just may not need it, I guess.
So now Wall Kick's in ice without the hammer. And Daze Cloud and Pod without the bow.
Yeah, certainly interesting coincidences on both sides throughout this run.
Oh. That ice is a crystal. So by process of elimination, Swamp must be the green pendant. So the only things we need for no mode are Eastern Big, Meyer Big, and the location of Eastern. Oh, and no, we have Pod Big now. When did we get Pod Big?
I'm not sure. They both have it, though.
It is unfortunate that neither of them can beat Pod.
Yeah, we just kind of have to wait for either one of them to sort of retrace the steps of the other, and then...
Yeah, and I don't see Dazed going back for that bow that he orphaned. He'd better hope he finds the other one.
Well, Dazed doesn't have a ton more options after this, I don't think. Except, I guess, returning to ice? And, oh, but... Nope. Oh, we don't need the big key for ice, so...
Dazed really harvesting that money here in Rupee Basement.
Maybe silvers aren't cheap. So I guess we're just kind of waiting it out while both of these players exhaust their dungeons of choice. Oh, there we go. Ball Kicks has had enough of ice paths.
I mean, I think he ran out of things he could do without a hammer.
Yep.
So Dazed also needs to go back to the Desert Big Chest to get his hook shot. I mean, we don't know the hook shot is required, but it's sure nice to have.
Yeah, I suppose if I mean, the only real requirement for hook shot would be GT. Unless we can hover or molder and bounce, and I'm sure these runners are probably capable of one or the other or both.
But we don't actually need to do GT as far as we know.
Oh. I didn't know GT was not a requirement in this.
Yeah, since this is a cross keys-like mode, it's fast Ganon.
Ah, okay, very nice.
And GT is only required if you need to get at whatever's inside the pyramid.
Well, let's hope not then. We did get that GT big key right at the beginning.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
Interesting set of choices for these runners. They keep going to just kind of like not quite the right place. You know, like it's all good choices, but unfortunately, we already know everything from all these locations.
They're really good at retracing each other's steps.
Definitely. Oh, there's the fire shield. As a shield
Yay.
connoisseur, I approve.
Yeah, Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was...
Oh, I was just saying, Eastern could still be anywhere, and for all we know, we're gonna need to find some further progression to unlock it. Oh, and here's our ped check. Get your hype in. It could be an Eastern or a Meyer big key. Just the cape.
Just the cape. The best item in the game. But yeah, I guess it doesn't do much for us, except for, I suppose, allow us to go through Spike Cave, which we do know where that is.
But since we know the back entrance of Spike Cave, the hook shot lets us get through it.
Wait, there's a back entrance to Spike Cave?
No, oh, sorry, not Spike. Sorry, you said Spike. I thought Bumper. Yes, that could put Spike Cave in lock. Though of course, Wallkick still doesn't have the hammer.
Yeah, really just waiting for them to check those places that the others already checked. It's Yeah, we do know where both sides of Bumper Cave are. That is true. But yeah, since we don't have Cane of Burna, I guess that's what I was saying, is that the cave could allow us to do Spike Cave once we have the hammer. Of course, we would need Fire and Ice Rod to pull Ped for the cape, so yeah.
Yeah. Wall Kicks completes his first row of hearts. I'm a bit surprised Daze didn't go back to ice with the hammer.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. It just seems like an easy thing to finish up, and it's progression.
Oh, first look at Dark Shopping Mall. Dazed really doesn't like those heart containers.
I'm wondering if maybe Dazed is saving these as like a free blue potion for later, but isn't that so inconvenient?
Yeah. Oh, Dazed, why did you... Okay. Realizing, oh yeah, I can open the big chest. That might be useful.
It is something that probably it takes a second to click because you've already killed Landmo.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of Hookshot, this is our first look at the rest of Hookshot Cave, which is so far junk. Just junk.
That's too bad. Of course, at this point, the only thing that we really don't know... I mean, there's only two things, which is Flute and Fire Rod. That's it. I suppose, something like a fetch quest like Mushroom could show up, but...
I mean, the other bow would be nice to know about.
Oh, is it progressive bows in this?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Saha giving us confirmation of what we, the viewers, already knew, that Swamp is Green Pendant. As we once again get Convergence.
What the heck? Well, that's cute. They can virtually high-five each other in Saha's closet. Yeah, I suppose we'll see the same sort of routing around through Catfish here. Just makes sense. Because we've not checked Zora yet either, have we?
We did. We hard reset. Both runners did.
Yep. Sorry, I saved it coming. I forgot.
And I don't think they're going back there for the red mail either. And there's the flute you've been wanting.
Well, wanting is a strong word, but yeah, there it is.
It'll do Wall Kicks a bit more good than it'll do Dazed Cloud, because Dazed Cloud still hasn't gone to Moth for his mitts.
Yeah, Daze still doesn't have the bow either. But at least it will speed up checks for Daze to catch up. Both of them going to Pyramid, wow.
I guess now it's time to check the pod area entrances.
Yeah. We've seen where this normally leads to, so where does this lead to now?
The dam! Not that we really want to go into GP Swamp. But Dazed can clear it.
Wow, the synchronization there was crazy.
Yeah, but Wall Kicks makes his turns just a little bit tighter, and you know they're both doing incredible execution, but
yeah, it does show you those little optimizations, they add up.
yeah, that even at this level, that there's still tiny optimizations that can separate runners.
Well, let's see what Kiki opens up for us here. An all-access pass to where?
Could it be Eastern?
Wouldn't that be funny?
Spiral Cave. You know, I'm starting to wonder if maybe one or both of our outstanding big keys that we need are in Swamp.
Yeah. Ooh, sync green. It's not looking good. I think Swamp's gonna end up in the rotation somehow.
Well, time to grab the Ice Rod.
What cave is that?
One of those random ones that has some critters at the end.
They didn't like it, so... Not a useful cave, I guess.
Well, it's not a connector and it doesn't have items. And Wall Kicks is the one diving Swamp without the hammer. But gets his ice big, so when he goes back to ice with the hammer, that'll help him.
Well, the sunken item was just 100 rupees, so despite having drained the swamp from eons away in another world, not particularly worth it.
Well, I think Wall Kicks is about to give us the first look at the mire area. Guess he missed... Oh, he wanted to check the item. And now... Wait, fluting to 1? What are you doing?
Maybe that was a mistake? Yeah. Back to ice, I think. Or rather, vanilla ice.
Which contains Mire Shed. Okay, now Dazed is going into Swamp. How far will he go? I mean, if one of those big keys is on Green Pendant... Looks like Mire Entrance is Bombos, so we can open it.
Well, that's disappointing. Bottom half of Spec Rock Cave, right?
Yeah. So 3 more entrances here. This one, Checkerboard, and Dark Agena. Ooh, Blind's Hut.
This mode trips me out. Like, it's just, you find these locations that you're so used to checking so early. Oh, no.
Hera big. Now we can beat Hera.
I guess we can go back for the big chest.
Yeah. I was being ironic.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah, so now literally the only big keys were... Oh, no, I guess we're also still missing Skullwoods. I was going to say if we find a big key, it has to actually be useful now, but could be Skullwoods.
Yeah, I mean, it's not useful per se, but all of these checks are potential items, and who knows, right?
Hey, there's Eastern at Checkerboard, and since... I don't think... I mean, could you get to that connector from the other side, or are Flute and Mitts hard required?
I'm not sure. From Checkerboard Cave, I think that's going to be hard required to have Flute and Mitts.
Yeah, that's a one-way connector, so yes, absolutely. Flute and Mitts are hard required today. Notice that Wallkicks didn't want to dip Eastern, so if Eastern has its own big key, that could be a problem.
Yeah, so
Hey, there's our final bottle.
Yeah, that's good. I suppose we are just basically in true Eastern Palace big hunt.
And Meyer big.
Oh, right, yeah.
We hope we find Meyer big first, because you find Eastern big first, then you have to start worrying about Pyramid Fairy location. And we really haven't gotten anything out of Swamp. Except for that ice big at the front.
Nothing progression-wise, just a nice bottle. Some hearts. But we will get the satisfaction of seeing Argus go down, so that's worth something.
And we could go back to Sahasrara and maybe he'll give us something. Wow, Daze is just picking off the puffs like crazy.
That trick is so hard to do. It's so finicky.
Big key 2, Skullwoods. The ultimate troll.
You had to say that earlier, huh?
Yeah, the one big key that would still be... I mean, who knows? Maybe there's a big key in Skullwood's big chest. Daze is a bit indecisive here.
I would be too. Oh, nice, a spike cave check.
Yeah, with this many hearts, you can just cheese it. Just for money.
No pain, no gain.
So that will give Wall Kicks his third crystal. His big thing is he still needs to beat Pendant Landmo for the hammer.
Yeah, I wonder how long he puts that off for, because, you know, obviously you want to avoid pendants, but... It might give Days time to catch up and go back to the bow.
Yeah, I mean, they've both skipped something kinda big.
Yep, something required, for sure.
And unless Skull Big has something, Swamp was a total bust.
Yeah, that didn't really pay off, I guess, but we still have hope. Let's hope. Where's Wall Kicks headed to right now?
Probably using the connector. This came out on Dark Death Mountain, remember?
Oh, Mimic Cave, alright. Which is the Archer game, okay.
Don't need that at this point. Oh, and it got us back to Hera.
Right, okay, so we're going for the big chest.
Yeah, this is the point where you have to start checking one-offs. I mean, I guess technically Landmo's a one-off.
Yeah. Especially being a blue pendant instead of a green one. Very much.
Days, you didn't want to check that chest? That was an interesting skip.
The tongue pull chest?
Yeah, the H-room chest. Hey, look where Wall Kicks is.
Oh, alright. Well, we have our answer for who will find their missing piece first. Oh, there's the fire rod.
Rule of Fire strikes again.
Where was Ether Tablet or Ether Medallion? We saw it. A long time ago.
Ether Medallion? We don't have it.
We don't have it, but I thought we saw it on like a ledge or something somewhere. Maybe not, but oh, it was the Turtle Rock required. That's what that was.
Oh, it was required for dirt. Yeah.
Yeah, because now Days can go in the back of Turtle Rock via some other connector and kill Trinex.
Yeah, Days has been making interesting skips, like he never did do bottom of Paradox Cave, if you recall.
Yep.
And then, of course, there's a missing bow, and now we have to wonder if something's in Ice Palace H-room as Wall Kicks finally hits item go mode. as best we know, I mean, maybe Fire Rod's locking something in the front of TR. Maybe this will also get Daze to go to Skull Woods and get his mitts. And yes, good time to remind you, follow these runners. They are really good. I follow them, you should too. So now we get to see Pod finished off.
Hopefully one of our last remaining big keys just drops from Helma here.
That would be nice. And Skullwood's big is junk, so that gives Wallkicks a decided lead. I don't really see... I mean, okay, I guess the Fire Rod is Day's last out, as we find Mini Moldorm Cave, blocked by the Fire Rod.
Yeah. I will always appreciate finding 5 checks.
But Wallkicks will get the Fire Rod before too long because he'll go back to ice now that he has the hammer. Oh, I guess it's Berna that must be on the pedestal if that's the cape there.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, yeah, right. I think the Berna hint is I make you invincible, and the cape hint is I make you invisible.
Dave's getting the news that the other invincibility item is on the pedestal.
So this will be crystal number 4 for Wallkicks.
Though Daze does look like they're actually going to go tackle Trinex.
Interesting.
It's a choice.
Or else he's just using the connector the same way Wallkicks did.
That's true. Sorry, I forgot.
But it is a bit surprising that he'd do the one item on Trinex before the 2 items in the front that are Fire Rod locked. If Trinex isn't... Oh, no, actually, this makes sense because beating Trinex will warp him to the front entrance. That's another little thing about entrance that's easy to forget. When you beat Trinex, you will warp to the front entrance. Nope, he's just using a connector.
Fair enough. Can you use the boss room to use as a warp to the front after you defeat them every time?
No, it's only...
So one and done?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, you can't just auto-warp out of a boss room with the boss not there.
Yeah, I would have thought maybe for something like the entrance where it can actually open something up, that would be something they might...
I mean, we already know where the front entrance to TR is in this case.
That's true.
No, what's interesting is that can actually have implications for logic, like, there was a seed a couple months ago where, they had full logical access to clear GT, and that warped them to the top of the pyramid when you beat Aga 2. They did not have logical access to East Dark World. because that's a one-and-done warp. And they didn't have any other way to get to East Dark World logically at the time.
This is the kind of shenanigans I'm talking about. I guess Aga 1 then has the strongest death warp, because he leaves a permanent warp.
Yeah. Okay, Wall kicks back into ice as Daze takes down Moldorm for his third crystal. This is going to be Wall kick's fifth. And we'll also get to find out if Dave's Cloud left anything important in H room.
Yeah, unless all these runners just decide they don't like that room. Maybe it's the meta now. Skip that room.
Well, Dazed has been skipping kind of weird things. Wallkicks has generally been thorough when he's entered a place.
Yeah, it does seem to be punishing Daze with the bow still eluding Daze.
Now he's going to be Trinex, though. Would be funny if this is like the other bow.
Yeah, it could still be one of the big keys we're looking for, too, as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Daze has been punished for 2 obscure skips so hard.
And they weren't even big time saves. I think maybe, you know, he was just a little spaced or something.
Maybe a little dazed?
Eh.
That is too bad. I do hope that they recover and find that quickly, but that to be punished for both skips is crazy.
Well, he wasn't punished for skipping the bottom of Paradox Cape, at least.
That is true. I forgot there were multiple skips.
So yes, just to recap, H Room in Ice Palace had the Eastern Big Key. Daze doesn't even know where Eastern is because he can't get to it because he hasn't beaten Moth for the mitts.
Yep. You would think the lack of mitts would help, but because it narrows the search field a bit, but
And Wallkicks, meanwhile, is just Meyer Big from Go Mode.
very clean cold stare.
But it's a very cold, clean stare.
Like a shaving commercial.
Who shaves with cold water?
It's good, it closes the pores. We've officially reached the filler section of this restream.
It happens, right? Hour 45 in, almost 11 p.m.
This is the content that everyone comes for, I think. Right, well,
Finally going to do Moth and get his pips. So Dazed will find Eastern, but he won't be able to finish it. Doubly so.
yeah, I mean, I suppose at some point that other bow's got to show up, but
Could be in GT for all we know.
definitely looks like that, yeah.
And given all the entrances we've checked by now, GT could be vanilla.
Yeah, we've not seen GT at all.
Oh yeah, it could also be in Pyramid Fairy location, as our tracker's reminding us. Any number of things could be in Pyramid Fairy location. That might be Wallkick's next stop after doing Eastern.
And if it is in Pyramid Fairy, then Dazed is definitely not getting it, because that would put it behind Armos.
Indeed. Okay, Meyer big behind Eastern big, and Wall Kicks is in go mode at about 146.30.
Yeah, very good. Very good work on Wallkick's part here.
So short of Silvers being on Armos Knight or Vitreous, I don't think we're going to see them.
Yeah, Dave's just getting into the Smith chain here. I think... Nope, never mind. Saw Daze do the frustrated pull, and then pull out the flute. I thought maybe Daze was going to go up the mountain. We've seen all four take any caves, right? I think.
I think so. Maybe only 3? Our last sword's probably in GT at this point.
Yeah, that seems right. Well, Dave's going to be disappointed with Meyer.
I mean, at this point, he'll probably go in and start opening chests in Eastern. Unfortunately, that won't help him.
Yeah, well, luckily for him, he doesn't have the Eastern Palace big key, because it's going to basically force him to retrack his steps. Okay, this is fine.
Are you saying this is fine in the "this is fine"?
Yeah, in the flames everywhere kind of. Because Daze did go back to Hera without the big key, so now probably going back again at some point.
And let's see what Daze does as he finds Eastern. Yep, he's gonna clear all the small chests and still not get his Meyer big.
Akahesh is saying there was one check that was skipped in Eastern, so...
Yeah, because Wallkicks hit go mode at the big chest, so he never went to the vanilla big key chest.
So there's a chance it's a bow?
Could be. He'd still have to remember to go back to Ice Palace, though.
Yeah. I'm rooting for a bow.
That was really nice for using damage strats to take down all the small eyeballs. And okay, Tempered Silverless Ganon. which, thinking back to the first few minutes of the seed, Ganon is in the Lost Woods drop-down.
Yep, the thieves had to leave. Oh yeah, that is true. I guess Ganondorf is canonically a thief.
He is. I believe this game was the one that first, canonically made him a thief. It was also the one that canonically introduced the name Ganondorf.
Interesting.
And just a small key in the vanilla big key chest of Eastern, so...
No reprieve for Dazed Cloud.
Yeah, he's gonna need to go back to these 2 obscure locations that he skipped.
We've all been there.
Of course they were in GT.
That's fine. I mean, Tempered's a comfortable Ganon fight.
Yeah, I mean, this is the NMG Ganon fight. Okay, well, look where Dazed is. He might get that bow soon.
Come on, Dazed.
But he's still gonna have trouble with that Eastern big. Okay, there's Dazed's bow. He'll beat Pod now. He's not happy that he skipped that.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like the rando feeling of relief and shame when you find something you skipped.
Yeah.
Get our GG's ready for wall kicks here.
He crosses, finishes first on the restream, second overall with an official race time of 1:53.46. The overall winner was Zelga with a blistering 1:41.07. And right behind Wall Kicks was Plasma Kappa at 1:54.04, and we are joined by Wall Kicks. GG.
Hi, GG's.
That was pretty nice, clean play all through.
Yeah, I guess.
Other than the hammer, and we were wondering when you'd go back for that.
That was my second to last location, logically. Of course, the other location I had in logic turned out to be the fire rod, which would have then put Eastern and Smith Chain into logic. So I knew one of those two things had to have the Ice Big Chest and Lemo had to have either the hammer or the fire rod. It turns out they had both. But yeah, once I got the hammer, things obviously just was smooth sailing. So I'm curious to see, like, if I had picked up hammer at a better time, if my time would have been closer to Zelga's, who destroyed everybody, or if I would have been potentially baited into, like, Swamp Palace or maybe finding GT and doing GT, because I never found GT.
We were wondering if GT might have been vanilla.
The only entrances I have left are the hammer-locked entrances, the back of Skullwoods, Pyramid Fairy, and Turtle Rock Main.
Yeah, it could be Turtle Rock Main. We never saw Ether, and we never opened Pyramid Fairy.
But yeah, Seed was awkward at times. Like I said, the hammer kind of sucked. Getting the glove in Laser Bridge was pretty cool. Kind of helped with routing. Getting the mitts fire rod locked kind of let me avoid some of the things that like knowing that was fire rod locked. I'm like, okay, let's maybe avoid some explicitly mid-lock checks until I maybe find the fire rod, but then it kind of was getting late, and I'm like, I should just do some of these checks anyways.
Yeah, it was an interesting chain too, because you also got Samaria pretty early, lamp lock, and then
Yeah, so when I got the lamp, that just told me everything I was doing at the time was in logic. It unfortunately kind of led to a little bit of a late moon pearl. I mean, I don't want to say that led to a late moon pearl, just picking the wrong connector led to a late moon pearl. Other than that, like you said, the seed overall was fine. Zelga's time demonstrated what could have been on the seed with his 141.
yeah, if you get the hammer earlier and then don't get baited into something like Swamp.
Right. And even then, I mean, you at that point you single dip pod, you single dip ice, you get you get your Eastern big. At that point, really the only bad item is probably the flute on catfish, and even that's not specifically that hard to get to.
Yeah, it was interesting seeing flute and mitts actually hard required.
Yeah, thankfully, I was definitely relieved that the that the flute was required, because I didn't know at the time Terra was a pendant, so I thought that flute was my access to the ice rod, and then you just take the connector at pod and it spits you out right there for the ice rod. I'm like, no, this flute's probably not required now. So yeah, it was overall a kind of a weird seed, but yeah, overall like I didn't play it terribly. I had to kind of remind myself how to play this mode because it's been a while. So yeah, I think overall it went fine.
I think a lot of people haven't played this in a while. I mean, it hasn't been around unless you happened to get it in grab bag.
I didn't know it was a thing in grab bag this season. I didn't think it was.
It wasn't supposed to be, and then Dunka made a boo-boo, and...
Oh, of course. Blame Dunka.
Shout out to Big Dunka for inventing this mode.
Yeah, it's actually a very fun mode. Like, when I first heard about it, I'm like, I don't know how it'll work, but it works incredibly well, to be honest.
Well, I think you won a prize from it, even.
Yeah, I did, as a matter of fact. And now I'm like halfway to the ability to play on hardware, and I intend to win the Invitational this season, so I can get the other half. Dunka doesn't know it, but he's providing my ability to stream on hardware.
Actually, I didn't know that you flat out didn't have hardware before this. That's impressive that you were doing all this on emulator.
I mean, I'm still doing it on emulator. So, it's also time for a new controller.
Not just replacing the rubbers, but getting a full new controller.
Yeah. It's been a couple years. And it's clear that some things aren't going well with my controller, and so I'm like, might as well get a new controller.
Also, I was going to say, one interesting thing about this race is that, like, you and Dazed kept converging at the most random times. Like, you got your moon pearls at the same time, you got your flutes at the same time.
I mean, it makes sense. When you're going through your Kakariko, nice boots and Link's house, by the way. Thanks, Drosy.
See, I roll nice seeds.
Sometimes. When you're going through Kakariko, when you're kind of done with your Kak sweep, you're thinking, okay, I've got essentially 3 connectors to me, because there was Super Bunny Cave, there was Paradox, and I think there was one other connector. Yeah, there was the Fairy Ascension Cave connector that were all in Kakariko. So in your mind, you got to kind of prioritize which one of those you want to check. And for me, the answer was obvious, and that was the one with the items, which was Super Bunny Cave. So I didn't get to Paradox for quite a little while after that. But, again, I mean, by that point, I had glove, flippers, and some other cool stuff. So, I mean, it wasn't like I was doing nothing during that time.
Yeah, I mean, the items came at a pretty steady pace, except for Hammer being kind of hard to get.
It definitely dried up from like the 50-minute mark on to like the 125, 130 mark. I think during that time I picked up like a hook shot, the Thieves Big, and I think that was really it. Because like you could have go-moded Pod the seed, you could have go-moded Meyer the seed, and would have been fine. So there was a lot that you could have cut this seed, but you know it's not reasonable to expect you to be able to go mode those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, once you find Pod, you're going in.
Yeah, once you find Meyer, you're probably going in. So.
Yeah, and the Meyer big key was like, I wonder if that was everyone's go mode, because it's hard to imagine it not being.
Yeah, I'd have to think that everyone's go mode this seed is going to be Meyer big. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Although I guess you could have worked your way towards a hammer. No, you wouldn't. Nope. Hammer, you needed the hammer for everything. Just kidding. Yeah, Meyer big, I imagine, is everybody's go mode.
Yeah, because you needed that for the Eastern big, which...
Yep. Had to think.
Unfortunately, Dazed Cloud managed to skip the Eastern big, and that's why he's still playing.
Sag? Did he just skip that in Ice Palace after? I assume that means he probably dipped ice the first time.
Yep. He double dipped ice, and when he went back through, he did Icebreaker, and he did the big chest, but he skipped the atrium chest.
Okay. That's probably not like muscle memory, but just like you're just kind of going, just like peace.
Yeah.
You don't think about it really, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because I don't know if he's even going to remember that he skipped it.
I'm gonna head out. Thanks for restreaming me. Thank you to Speed Gaming. GG's again to Days and everyone who was a part of the choice. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks, GG, to you again, and thanks for joining us. And while we were talking, we only got one more finisher, Frostbite in 4th place, 1:57.38. So everyone else is past the 2-hour mark now.
Yeah, a lot of good runners in this race, so the fact that there's a lot of them posting 2-hour plus times just shows you how tough this is.
Oh, here we go, as we're talking. 5th place finisher, Koi, 2:04.04.
Yeah, I wonder if Dazed maybe has mismarked the tracker or something.
Let's see if he has his tracker on his stream. Now I'm gonna check.
Behind the scenes information. Backstage says he has, so we will, it'll be interesting. I'm not really sure how you rectify that. I feel like maybe Days came out of Ice Palace and just looked the entire location. Wait, I'm done.
What's Days doing back in Hera? Oh, did he never do coffee break?
Yeah, oh, weird, yeah.
But yeah, I've also now double-checked. Yeah, he's marked ice as full clear.
You hate to see it, but it's super understandable.
Yeah, I don't see how you recover from this, though. If you full cleared a dungeon, there is, like, even when you've last located it, what's gonna keep... I mean, you exhaust all the locations you know of, then you're like, dang it, I must have skipped something, but you have no idea what.
Yeah, you can't just start unmarking things randomly and hope for the best. Well, if you have auto tracker on, you kind of can, but it's not a good time. It'll just reset all of the dungeons. Yeah, so I think Days is kind of
thinking.
Yeah, processing. To be fair, I've sat in this exact same position myself. I mean, obviously, I'm much worse than Days, but I know this feel. This is not a good feel.
Yeah, we'll give him another 15, 20 minutes. If he hasn't figured it out by then, we may just bump you over to his stream or something. I mean, I hope he figures it out. I'd like to see him able to finish the seed, but I just don't know, when you have a mismarked tracker like this, what could possibly get you back on track.
Yeah, there's really not much, and it's unfortunate that it's not an item for which there's some sort of viable substitute. Like, you just have to find this key. Oh, so close, Days, and yet so far, you walked right in front of it. So I suppose Days is just looking through now at connectors and thinking, is there any connector I haven't checked?
Just a reminder again to give these runners a follow. You know, Wall Kicks is great, you heard him in here, and Dazed is really a good guy to watch. He's just having a rough evening, or morning for him. Or I guess afternoon for him now.
Should also give a shout out to our tracker, Akuhish. Who, as always, on the ball and making up for what our pairs of eyes don't catch, which is a fair bit.
Yeah, now Dazed is going over entrances he's already done to see if he mismarked something. He did mismark something, but it's not an entrance. Hey, at least he's locked out of Bomb Shop.
Yeah. And, well, no, that's it.
I'm pretty sure he's been in here, though.
There's the forfeit.
Yeah. Yeah, now on his stream he's asking what did he miss, and people are telling him. But let's see if we can get him in here for a talk.
Yeah, it's so easy to do. To just hit that mark and be like, oh, I was done with that.
But hey, he's going to meme pull Ped for us.
Thank goodness we can get the bad cane.
I can't believe it actually said Bad Cane in the credits. But here is Dazed with us. GG, sorry it didn't work out.
Oops.
Yeah.
So it turns out on my tracker, I need to change something really fast. There is actually still one chest left in Ice Palace.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and that would be the one behind the pigs, right? The one that I just walked right by.
Yeah, H room if you want to call it that, but yeah.
Just like how I walked right by the bow, and
You also walked right by the lower level of Paradox Cave, but at least there wasn't anything there.
Well, yeah, but at that point I didn't have hammer, so it was kind of like, whatever. you know, I'll come back for it later. So, what are you gonna do? You know, I mean, every once in a while you have a seed where you just completely make a complete mess out of it, and yeah, that was due one of those.
It's just
been a
super
while.
unfortunate because, I mean, in retrospect, that's a very small percentage of like the chance of you being caught out on those is crazy.
You would think that. You would think that, but that happens more times than I'd like to admit.
If it worked out, you would have looked like a genius. So yeah.
Whatever. I mean, well, this kind of the thing. Like at some point, I'm down to like single checks, and I'm going like, well, all right, I got to find GT. All right, GT's not here. Oh God, it's in Hera basement. And then I get to Hera basement, I pull out a map, and I go, okay, now I've made a giant mistake somewhere, and I just don't know where. And at that point, I had already seen like a couple people had finished, and I'm like, I'm not gonna drag this restream out any longer than that. I'm just gonna go pull ped for people, and then call it a night so everybody can go to bed.
Or in your case, have lunch.
Yeah, have lunch. That's what we're gonna be doing here. So, hey, you know, it is what it is. Everything else went really well. I felt good about getting the glove a little bit early. Felt bad about getting the pearl when I did, but you know.
You and Wildkicks got the pearl like almost at exactly the same time.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
That happened with a lot of items. You got your flute at the same time.
Yeah, what was interesting also was, you know, when you got the Desert Big, you went to the back and got your hammer. He went to the front and got his hook shot. Took you guys each a while to find the other item.
I mean, I figured I was right there, and I said I didn't have the since I didn't have any knowledge if it's crystal or pendant, I was just like, well, let me go take care of the dungeon. If I get anything, I'll be happy. And got the hammer, which was happy, and then the pendant. At that point, I didn't care because I got the hammer. But yeah, I mean, it was rough, but what are you going to do?
I guess the other feels bad was just your full clear of GP Swamp for nothing.
Oh, well, I mean, the very first chest is that Ice Palace big key, which is, you know, kind of a big deal. But,
right.
I mean, then, though, you don't even need that, do you? Now that I think about it. Yeah, if you just sequence break Skull, you don't need that at all. Ah, God, that makes it feel worse. Yeah. Oh, I got a what did I get? I got nothing out of the Skull Woods big chest there either. So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that was kind of your last out because Wildkicks went into Swamp because he got the hammer so late. He went into Swamp without the hammer, just did the 2 checks, got his ice big, and never went back. So
that's great right there.
In that regard, it was unfortunate you had the hammer.
Yeah, I mean, at the time it seemed like a good play, and then I mean everything seemed like a good play. It's like, hey, this seed's easy if I don't forget that one chest. If I don't forget that one chest, okay, so I finish 10 minutes after everyone, and I go, whoops, forgot the bow. But yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for the restream. I'm gonna take off. I gotta do some stuff before work, so you know, thanks again, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. But I guess that'll do it for tonight then.
Yeah.
What do we have on the schedule for tomorrow? Ambrosia at 2 p.m.
Oh boy.
Did I really put Inbrosia and Ambrosia back? No, this isn't Inbrosia, this is Retrance. I'm getting my modes confused.
Yeah, it's a nice midday one for Ambrosia. Do we have a channel for that yet?
Yeah, it's going to be on Speed Gaming Main.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, be sure to tune in for that. Be sure to give the Speed Gaming family of channels, Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6, a follow.
Yeah, and I think that about does it for us. Any last thoughts, Drossi?
Well, I mean, I'm glad we got to work together tonight. It was a nice surprise.
Some
All the last minute
clever.
signups here, yeah.
Always a pleasure.
But yeah, and of course, again, shout out to our tracker, Akuhaish. Great job on the tracking there. And for keeping us honest.
Yeah, top tier job.
And yeah, I think that'll do it. Thank you all for watching. Have a great evening.
Good night, everyone.